Good evening, everyone. A very good evening to all.
Good evening, ma'am.
You can start with the session, Preeti ma'am.
Okay, sir. So I welcome you all in today's session. And I am your today's resource person. My name is Preeti Sinha. Many of you are familiar with me. And I am a teacher in a school in Ghaziabad. And today our session is on art integration in classroom. So first, we should know that people, they have different types of intelligence, and this intelligence, different types of intelligence can be spatial, means visualizing the world in 3D. It may be naturalist, means understanding living things and reading nature. It may be musical, means discerning sounds, their pitch, tone, rhythm, and timbre, means they can correlate more with the sound. Next is logical mathematical. नहीं बोलना है. Next is logical mathematical, means they can more relate with numbers and maths. Next is existential, means teaching the questions of why we live and why we die. Other is interpersonal, means sensing people's feeling and motives, means they are more they can relate or they can start talking with other person very easily, and they be friendly with others very easily. One another is bodily kinesthetic, means they use their body language more, they are more active in sports. Another type is linguistic, means they are very good in using language, the words, finding the right words to express what you mean. They are linguistic. And intrapersonal, they don't interact much with others, and they are very comfortable in exploring that what are their qualities. So understanding yourself, what you feel, and what you want. So as people possess different types of intelligence, so Howard Gardner's theory tells that if every person is having different types of intelligence, when we are teaching in the classroom, then we should add different types of activities like drawing, music, drama, dance, storytelling, model making, so that students can relate with that and understand the concepts which is matching their strengths. And in this way, we can make the learning more engaging, creative, meaningful, and it will focus on learners more than only the textbook things. So the art integration is needed to make our classroom inclusive, joyful, and holistic development we can deliver to our students. So our today's session is on art integration in classroom. So what is art integration? So it is learning through creativity. So this workshop explores how integrating art into everyday teaching can transform learning outcomes, spark creativity, boost participation, and nature critical thinking in every classroom and nurture critical thinking in every classroom. So in chat box, you can write that what comes to your mind when you hear the word art integration. Which type of art comes in your mind? Good evening, Kulvinder ma'am. Kulvinder ma'am, can you unmute yourself and speak? You all can write in chat box that what comes to your mind when you hear the word art integration. Means you are thinking about painting or some role play or some skit or some dance or any debate competition or any other type of activity. It can be clay modeling. It may be drawing some poster or making some collage. When I was working in a Jiva Public School in Faridabad, there this various type of intelligence, and according to that, we were doing different type of activities in the classroom. And there, Kulvinder ma'am was with me, so I wanted her to respond, but she's not responding. So here, there we were doing different types of art integrated activities to nurture the needs of different students. Yes, Kulvinder ma'am, poster making. And
Good evening, Preeti ma'am.
good evening, ma'am.
Actually, na, I am not at home. I am on the way, but still, you want answer from my side.
Yes, yes.
So, in my opinion, art integration means to to connect the topic with the other subjects also.
Okay. But
Mm,
to explain our topic and nurture the needs of different intelligences which is present in the
हाँ,
students, we were doing different type of activities
different
which can help
activities.
them
हाँ,
to
it
understand the concept.
Yeah, means we can give the topic. We can do n number of activities with the students. It may be a role play activity or it may be a number heads together, है ना? Like that. Different kind of activities to be done with the student related to one topic.
Yes, because the single topic can be explained in various ways through the integration of different types of art forms.
Yeah.
So here the learning objective is by the end of this 50 minutes workshop, you will be equipped with understanding what is AIL, means grasp the meaning of art integrated learning and philosophy of it. And CBSE tells about art integrated learning to be included in our teaching and subject-wise ideas that in different subjects to teach students different concepts, which type of art integration can be used. And experiential activities also and design your own experience means what you will get the ideas that to teach the topic which type of art integrated activities can be included. So next is what is art integration. So art integration is a teaching learning model where art serve as tools not add-ons, woven directly into concept delivery and skill building. And forms of arts used can be visual arts like dance or poster making. It can be music. It can be storytelling. It can be drama. It can be dance. Dance is visual art. Craft, it is also visual. So what art achieves? Concept understanding through experience, creative expression of ideas, experiential and joyful learning. Learning becomes entertaining. Our classrooms be boring when only we are speaking and there is less use of art. So we can make our classroom more lively, and holistic skill development will take place because we are nurturing the different needs of the students according to the intelligences which are found in them. So the key point is art is not an extra activity. It becomes part of the learning itself. So why art integration matters? Art integration is art integration leads to joyful learning, that it makes lessons enjoyable and reduces classroom stress and boredom. Better retention, the student can memorize that what has done uh, in the classroom while the teacher was teaching. So visual and performing experiences improve memory and concept understanding. And when they are working with their peer groups, their understanding develops and they learn more. Next is inclusive education. Supports varied learning styles and builds communication and collaboration when they are interacting and doing some group activity. They are learning from each other also, and the spirit of team work develops in them because in the future when they will go in on at their workplace, they have to work with the people who have different types of skills and intelligences. Next is creativity and imagination. Creativity and imagination, art integration encourages original thinking and active participation in every student. Next is CBSE guidelines on art integration. CBSE has made art integrated learning mandatory for class 1st to 10th, embedding it within the framework of competency-based and experiential education. And CBSE tells about Ek Bharat, Shrestha Bharat activities. These can be meaningfully linked with AIL to celebrate India's cultural diversity. And as Kulwinder ma'am told, that art integration can be interdisciplinary and it encourages thinking art with all core subjects. Local and regional art forms are also used in it to express the various things or to explain the various topics which is in the syllabus. It includes folk arts, crafts, and cultural traditions, means using those art forms, that topic can be explained. And joyful and experiential learning, shift focus from the rote learning from the words given in the textbooks to active engagement. So art integration across different subjects. Every subject can be taught creatively. Here are ready to use ideas for your classroom. In mathematics, visual art form, like different shapes, rangoli patterns to explore symmetry and geometry. This can be used. In science, drama, human body role play to understand systems. In social science, music and craft, they are integral part of social science. So timeline posters and folk dances for history can be used. In English, drama, character dramatization of prose and poetry can be used. In Hindi, performing arts like Kavita Prastuti, poem recitation and enactment can be done. In economics, visual arts, infographics, information is delivered in the form of different graphical representation and charts for explaining the economic concepts are used. In geography, craft work, like clay models and map art for showing the landforms can be used. So here the key message is that you don't need to reinvent the lesson, just imagine how it is expressed. Now, the drawing and the coloring students like very much. And in junior classes, the colors, drawing and colors are used to express the things. So here we are going to watch a video that how the photosynthesis is explained through the simple drawing.
Children, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to show you how to draw a photosynthesis diagram. So let's start. Then like, share, and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Till then.
So we can use simple drawing and coloring in your junior classes, and students like the colorful diagrams very much. So activity 1, draw and guess how it works. You can draw a concept from your subject on a paper or a whiteboard,
Happy.
and you can hold it up to camera or describe it. Others guess in the chat box that what is being drawn, which concept it is explaining. And you can reveal the answer and discuss the visual connections. So simple concepts to draw is life cycle of butterfly, or democracy, or inflation, or water cycle. Any of the thing concept you can take and you can draw. And here the purpose is demonstrate the power of visual learning and sparks creative participation instantly. So you can choose any one thing from your subject, and you can use simple drawing to explain that concept. And you have 5 minutes for it. So try. As a social science teacher, I love to draw in geography to show different landforms, or when we are showing the river, course of river, and in different types of forest also. Simple drawings, simple drawing is used. And in the case of rain shadow, that the leeward side of mountain and the windward side of mountains. So beautiful, simple diagrams can be made. So here I have made, I think it is visible. I have made mountains, and a river is coming out. And in the mountainous area, it is narrow, but when it is coming in the plain area, it is becoming broader. And when it is going near sea, then it is divided into different streams and making delta area. And different types of forest are found at different places. In the mountainous areas, there is a conical forest, and in the plain area, it is it may be deciduous forest. In the heavy rainfall area, the rainforest, and in the the uh, coastal areas, the mangrove forests are found. So through simple drawings, we can tell students on the blackboard, and they can also draw in their notebooks or on poster making they can do. So if any of you have made something, you can share. So the next slide it is about simple classroom strategies. You don't need elaborate resources. These easy strategies can transform any lesson into an art integrated experience. We can make posters and mind map. In senior classes, we used to make mind maps to explain the concept. And when we are using some drawing, then we are using our left brain and right brain, both sides of our brain. And if colors are used, then they becomes more uh, visual impacts they get, and our mind grasps the concept easily. So mind maps can be used using different colors also. And songs and jingles set formulas, facts, and concepts to rhythm for easy recall. We can set some jingles or songs using the key concepts of the topic. Gallery walk. Display student walk around the room for peer learning. If students have made something related to the topic, then we can display them, and each drawing can be explained. Role play and drama bring lessons to life through enactment and storytelling. If there is a play in the lesson, or we are teaching history, then we can assign students the different role play. Means different persons which are which during the events the role of important persons, they can given one person's role is can be given to one student, and they have to do role play. That student will explain that he is that person and what main things he had done. So the role play and drama can be used. Comic strips use sequential art to explain process or narratives. Comic strips can also be used to explain the story. Local art forms integrate regional craft, folk art, and cultural traditions. They can also be used. So the tip is start small, introduce just one art activity per chapter which suits that chapter or that subject, and build from there. So the activity 2, we can do role play challenge. Instructions, sample topics, a parliament session in action. These students enjoy a lot in the classroom, that all of them are sitting and the bill is presented, and they have to discuss and criticize the bill if ruling party. Then it will tell about that how this bill is very useful, and the opposition party leaders, they criticize that what are the shortcomings in that bill. Water conservation debate in senior classes, children enjoy a lot, that water is a renewable resource, gift of a nature. Then why we have to conserve it? Because we can't add any drop of water on the earth. Then neither we can destroy nor we can add. So why to conserve water when whole the water which is available to us is available all the time? And consumer rights scenario, this can also be acted, and Newton's laws in daily life is it can be acted. So you can choose any role play or topic from your subject, and each one of you can prepare a 1 minute role play and perform and reflect the learning that which role play you are selecting. And in this way, the communication builds verbal confidence and expressive clarity. We get experiential learning. Teachers experience art integrated learning from a student's perspective that what can be done in the class. And confidence encourage teachers to try dramas in their own classes. If we are talking about water conservation, a role play can be of water drop, that how its journey is going on. It is on the mount, through the rain, it came on the mountain, and after that, it started flowing through water, through the river, and it goes in the plain area. It can be used for drinking, or it has a, it can go in any industry for cooling the machines. So there were some water drops. If it is used for drinking purpose, it is feeling that it is very useful. But if it is polluted, it has gone in the industry and it is not usable now. So in this way, we can explain the things. So first we are looking at different ideas of art integrated learning, and after that you can decide that for which topic of your subject, which role play or any other art integrated learning you can comfortably do in your classroom. So here is beyond boundaries, creative learning in every subject. From Dandi March dramatizations to clay landforms, discover how activity-based learning transforms classrooms into living laboratories of curiosity and discovery. So the first is history. In history, we can do a lot of role play that the students can correlate themselves with that time period, and they have to enact it. For example, in the picture, we can see that it is about Salt March. History Freedom Movement through role play. The students perform short skits on landmark events like the Dandi March or the Quit India movement. Step into the shoes of freedom fighters to understand sacrifice, strategy, and the spirit of independence. Dandi March recreate Gandhiji's 240 miles short protest of 1930. So students can start a march that from the Sabarmati Ashram. They are going to the coastal town of Dandi in Gujarat, and different students keep joining the march, and Gandhiji is explaining all the things that why he has decided to start the civil disobedience movement with Salt March, and why it is necessary now to break the colonial rules. In this, and after that, they will reach to the coastal area, and Gandhiji will make salt from the seawater. So in this way, the students can correlate that time period, and it will be easier for them to memorize the things which happened during that time. In the same way, Quit India movement dramatized the 1942 mass movement against British rule. Leadership role, students embody leaders, crowds, and media voices, and they enjoy in going in time period. And in this way, we can make the teaching of history enjoyable for the students. Next is geography. In geography, clay model of landforms, students enjoy a lot this thing in doing in the groups, that they are making different landforms using the clay. So what students build? Using color clay, students sculpt the Earth's major physical features, transforming abstract geography into a tangible three-dimensional experience. And hands-on modeling builds a spatial thinking and a deeper connection to physical geography concepts. As you can see that on the table, different students are using different colors clay to make mountains and ice on the top of mountains, and the blue river is coming out from there, and different types of trees. And in this way, they can guide each other that what is the shape of a mountain or a plateau or a plain area, an island, and they are correcting each other also. And through this experiential learning, they learn a lot, and the classroom also becomes creative, and engaging activity is going on. Next is science. Water cycle through dance or drama can be depicted. Students become the water cycle, embodying each stage through expressive movement and storytelling. And in this condensation of the water, and after that precipitation, when the water is coming on the earth, then evaporation, all these things can be shown through dance or drama. The kinesthetic bodily approach makes abstract scientific process memorable, fostering deep conceptual understanding through creative expressions, that how the condensation and first the evaporation from the water bodies, then when they are going high, then the condensation, and after that on the upper, when the after evaporation, when they are going at a height in the sky, then the precipitation started, and again the water droplets are coming on the earth. So this can be used using dance drama. Now in mathematics, rangoli or symmetry, different types of geometrical designs can be cut, and they will be placed in the form of rangoli. And after that, students can do different types of measurement and calculation. So it is learning through art. Rangoli, a traditional Indian art form, becomes a powerful mathematical tool. Students design intricate patterns that reveal the hidden geometry all around us. And lines of symmetry identify mirror axes in complex patterns can be used. Geometrical shapes using circles, triangles, and polygons can be used creatively. And pattern recognition explore repetition, rotation, and reflection when we are using different types of geometrical designs in making a rangoli. So different types, different color geometrical designs can be cut, and after that this art form can be used for making the classroom learning more interesting. In English, in languages, the poetry through music can be used. The students sing and compose melodies for classic and original poems, discovering that language has rhythm, color, and emotion waiting to be unlocked. Rhythm and flow, melodic settings make meter and stress pattern intuitive and natural. And pronunciation, singing reinforces correct enunciation and expressive reading aloud, and emotional depth. Music helps students connect personally with the feelings in a poem. So if a poem is given in the textbook, then it is based on any thing. It may be any object or an emotion is expressed in that poem. So students can make their own poems on that topic. And if they are singing and they are listening to each other's poems, then the students who have musical intelligence, they are being fostered, and other students are also enjoying that they can also be creative. And so in English, the poetry can be used and music can be used to for art integrated learning in English. The poem which is given, it can be sang using music also, and students can compose their own poems. They can write their own poetry also, and those students who are blessed with musical intelligence can sing them, and the whole class will enjoy. Next is economics. In this infographic presentation, means information through different graphical methods is used, and we use it in our classroom teaching also, that the complex data can be used through different diagrammatical presentation. It can be the bar diagram, it can be pie chart, and there are different graphical representations also. So data made visual. Students learn to present complex economic data, supply and demand, trade statistics, GDP comparisons through carefully designed infographics. By transiting numbers into pictures, charts, and icons, students develop both analytical thinking and communication skills. So what is an infographic? Infographic is a visual way of presenting information using pictures, charts, icons, and short text so that people can understand complex ideas quickly and easily. So if it may be rainfall, it may be increase in population or industrial production and imports and exports, when the complex data is present in the form of bar diagrams or pie chart, then when it is present through infographics, then the complex data becomes very easy to understand. So in economics, we use it in statistics, and in macro, Indian economic development, in all we use this type of graphical presentation of data. Next, in political science, so mock parliament activity and the election process through voting, or a selection of the class monitor through voting, the students enjoy a lot. And mock parliament and MUN, Model United Nations, these are the favorite activities which students enjoy, and they learn a lot through these activities. So students stimulate a full parliamentary session, and from bill introduction to debate and voting, building a lived understanding of how democracy actually works. So speaker and members assign roles, speaker, prime minister, opposition leader, and MPs. Their roles are assigned to different students, that who is going to play the role of which person. And after that, a bill is introduced in the classroom. Students propose legislation on a real issue affecting their school or community. and after that debate will take place, and then the voting. Hold a structured debates, amendments, and a final democratic vote. So through this, the democratic process of passing of a bill can very easily understood by the students when we are enacting it in our classroom. Next, in biology, human digestive system model from mouth to absorption. The students build a detailed chart or 3D model of the digestive system using craft materials, labeling each organ and tracing the journey of food through the body. So through clay model, the students in groups can make it, and after that it is explained by one of the group member. So in this way, very easily they can understand and learn that how the different organs are working in the human digestive system. So mouth and esophagus, mechanical and chemical digestion begin. Stomach, acid and enzymes break down the food, and in small and large intestine, nutrients absorption and waste processing is done. So after making the model, the students can tell that which part is shown and what is their functioning and how the whole system is working. Next is language and EVS, puppets and nature collage. In languages, storytelling with puppets. The students craft and voice puppets to narrate original stories, building speaking confidence, vocabulary, and creative expression in any language can be used. Puppets can be used in storytelling to deliver the lesson of Hindi. And in environmental studies, nature collage. Students can collect leaves, flowers, and natural material to create collages, learning about biodiversity of their area, ecosystems, and the importance of nature conservation. So environmental studies, they can go in the school campus. They can look at the different plants and trees of their school campus, means in their local area, which plants and trees are available, and they can collect the leaves and flowers, and they will learn about the biodiversity, and it can be discussed in the class that what is their importance to preserve all the varieties of plants and animals. So they will learn about the biodiversity, and using these leaves, different types of teaching models are also made, like different types of animals or birds, trees. They are also cut from the leaves which were collected, means from the fallen leaves, different types of animal, plants, trees can be cut and pasted in the form of a collage. So here the takeaways: activity 3 and reflection. So in 60 seconds, you can create one of the following on any topic: sustainable development, life cycle of a butterfly, or climate change, or you can choose any of the topic of your subject, and you can tell that which art form you think that in explaining your lesson or topic can be used. So you can share in the chat or present verbally. So we have to celebrate every response. And art integration makes classroom lively and meaningful. It promotes holistic development, not just academic scores. Every teacher can integrate art. For it, no special training is needed. And our students have different types of talents, and we have to know and use those talents in delivering our lesson, or we can make our teaching learning experience for all more interesting, and their hidden talent will also come out. And small creative efforts create big lasting learning outcomes through using AIL. And final reflection is how will you use one art integrated strategy in your very next class? You have to tell. You can. It can be a slogan writing. It can be simple sketches. It can be jingle in junior classes. It can be a poem. So now you have to tell about your main subject and which art form you are going to use in your classroom. So now it is time to share. So any of you can start. That what is, you can tell that what is your main subject and which art form you can use when you are delivering your next lesson. So in which topic you are going to use what? Either speak or you can write in chat. It will be nice if any of you will speak and others can write in the chat. Yes, Anubhuti ma'am. So why are you not sharing? If you will not start the share, how the students will do? So you can tell? All right, your main subject and which art form you think that you can use. Yes, in English, I use poetry with music and make poem more interesting. Yes, ma'am. In English, it is very useful. Yes, ma'am. You all can write your main subject and which art form can be used in your teaching. Water cycle in a bottle, make a 3D water cycle model. Use cotton for clouds, yes. And blue paper for water, yes. Students present evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. Yes, and three group of students, one can present evaporation, other can show condensation in the clouds, and third group can show that water droplets are coming out. They can use threads to stick a thread, and on that the water droplets can be paste that from the clouds they are coming down. Travel brochure to design for social studies. Yes, when they are visiting different places during the summer vacation, after that the collage or the travel brochure is very useful. In English, for topic noun, I can ask them to draw person, place, animal, things, and we can show them the cards also, and they will write that uh, what is its name. Yes, drama can be used in teaching language. Yes, yes, in that they will speak the language, and the correct pronunciation can be taught to them. In Sanskrit, puppet show, role play, mime can be used. Yes, ma'am. Fraction pizza activity. Create paper pizzas to show fractions. Students buy and sell pizzas. As in mathematics also, it can be used.
Yes, ma'am. In mathematics, we can use many of the art forms as Rangoli art or Mandala art to show many of the concept as polynomial and all.
Yes, when you are do the calculation of area and volume.
Yes. Volume or we can create a cube
Yes,
to
and
teach them about the
so
cubes and property of the cubes.
Yes, students first they will create they will make their own cube, and after that they will measure it.
Yes.
Yes, so it will be very interesting for them.
There is someone who is writing to pizza to show the fraction.
Yes, yes.
Pizza activity, that is so famous activity for teaching fraction. That is an art integrated form.
Yes, I am a computer science teacher. I ask the students to make a travel log or beautiful videos related to the topic. Yes, they also make videos, they make PPT, and yes, in a senior classes, we also accept PPT as projects. So that is through that also students' creativity is shown, and it is also linked with the use of AI, that how different AI can be used in creating our students' reflections. Varnamala tree leaf contains Hindi letters and words. Yes, in the classroom, we uh, we place a tree in a flower vase or a pot, and when students learn new words, we paste the leaves on that tree. Means the tree becomes greenier when students learn more and more words. And in the end of the session, tree becomes very big, and the students learn a lot of words, which is reflected in the form of leaves. Yes, sir. You can express your views, and because it is going to 8 and the time for ending the session has come.
Yeah. So I believe it was indeed a wonderful session, ma'am. Uh, Art integration is always a new topic. How much ever we listen about it, how much ever we practice it, there is something new to learn again and again. So definitely, no doubt, you also have brought up certain new things today for all of us. So dearest participants, those who wish to give your feedback for today's session can come forward and give your valuable feedback for the resource person of the day.
It's a wonderful session, sir. Good evening.
Thank you, Stuti ma'am. Thank you.
And it's really enjoyable and many things to learn.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. So, dear participants, those who wish to stay informed about our webinars, which happen on daily basis, and our monthly courses, can join our webinar group. I have given the link in the chat box. You people can join the webinar group, and we will be posting the details about our daily sessions and monthly courses over there.